Hey guys, it's Erin, EW Wellness Solutions, and let's talk habits when it comes to mindset. To help us out, we have Amy Winehouse's Rehab. Just trying to make it funny, interesting, whatever. So, to give you an example of what I'm talking about, when I lived in New York, I used to go to the gym after work, come home, change clothes, and the gym was like 2 blocks away. And then I would come home, turn the key, and if I went left, that was like the bathroom, bedroom area. Turn right, that was the kitchen. Now, if I turned right, I would invariably eat a whole bunch of just whatever I saw, right? It wasn't necessarily a meal, it wasn't nutrition, it was just calories. If I turned left and took a shower, then when I came out, I would usually have curbed my hunger enough to not just inhale anything and maybe some sort of a plan. And it wasn't until I realized if I just turned left enough times, I would actually be hungry for dinner. Because I would turn right, inhale, then go take a shower, and meet my friends for dinner and just have no appetite. And I had no idea how this happened to me all the time. How did this happen again? So with our habits, sometimes we get an automatic pilot, I like to call it, where we just do things. Think of the movies, for example. I mean, the movies are a really bad example with a lot of things with food. Eating in the dark, portion control, Pavlov's dog, almost. But there's something about the movies we associate with eating stale popcorn in the dark. I mean, it's actually very strange if you actually look at it objectively. So we're in a dark room with people we don't know, watching a giant screen, eating this popcorn that was really gross. I know because I used to make it when I was in high school. I used to make that yellow popcorn. And the popcorn oil comes in this massive giant can. They used to use trans fat back in the day. I don't think they're allowed to anymore, but it's still really bad for you. It's like worse than canola oil. They dye it yellow because for some reason, actually because it's closer to butter looking. So salty, made last year, the whole thing. And then with a giant Diet Coke, balanced meal. So we're eating in the dark. We're that unconnected what we're eating. We're actually eating in the dark. It goes against everything to do with like intuitive eating and mindful eating. To eat in the dark. But we do it. It's a habit. Movies equals popcorn. Popcorn equals the movies. We can break these habits. It is possible to go to the movies and not buy the popcorn. I've done it. And look, I'm still alive. The first couple times you do any of these things, it's going to feel really, really uncomfortable. Like very. If you've ever always driven one way to work and then all of a sudden they make you drive a different way because of construction, you're like, wait, what the heck? Eventually you get used to it, but the first 10 or 15 times, our brain likes routine, right? Our brain likes familiarity. And when we throw new things at it, what's this? Well, I always turn right when I get in the door and I eat nothing but crap, and then when I go to dinner, I'm not really hungry, but I order a bunch of food, and then I have to pay for it all because we divide the check by the number of people, and I'm pissed I'm paying all this money. And once I realized if I just turned left, took a shower, and went to dinner with my friends, I would have an appetite and not be annoyed that I'm paying for everyone else to eat. It was that simple of a fix. But sometimes we don't even see how our habits are getting in our own way. And with food, the way we look at our habits often get in our own way. The little fibs we tell ourselves about our habits, like I can't not have cream in my coffee. You can if you want to, you'll get used to it. Or maybe you'll just go to tea like I did. My kids will be so upset if they don't have ice cream. Actually, your kids will be upset if they don't eat ice cream. So with our habits, just be aware. They can be changed. And if you're someone that used to overeat when you had a feeling or a thought, you can become someone that doesn't, but you have to be aware of the habit first. So it all starts with awareness of weight. There's a connection here. So once I realized that it all came down to the fork in the road, actually the fork in the hallway, if I turned one way, something would happen. I would turn another way, different thing would happen. Same thing if you go to a movie. If you go to a movie starving, you will absolutely spend $20 on red vines, popcorn, and an extra large Diet Coke. At least I used to. The other day, my family and I, we went and saw Ready Player One. We had lunch right before. I mean, we got a bunch of like Pellegrinos or whatever because we were full. But if you do one thing, it's absolutely destiny to do another. So habits, be aware of them. A lot of insight in there. All right, thanks. See you tomorrow.